Hey there, Ms. Castro. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Hi, good afternoon.
Waiting for Mario to translate. Un momento, por favor. Hello, Ms. Ortiz. Hola, hola. ¿Cómo está, señor? Welcome, welcome.
Reactions were free. Everyone was laughing and taking videos of it raining, but before the money even had a chance to land on the ground, people were catching it directly out of the sky. And almost all the money
I'm just going to wait a few more moments to see if Ms. Montoya is going to join us, and we'll get started. Hey, bud, you in?
I still haven't received anything.
Okay, so you're Mario.Martinez1@saust.us?
No, no one.
Oh, that's why. That's why. Okay, I'm going to resend it. So no, okay, that's why. Martinez, no one at saust.us. Okay, just sent it to you.
Okay.
Just go ahead and click the link. You should be able to jump right in. There it is.
All right. Thank you.
You got it, bud. Looks like we have somebody in the room named Jesse. Hello? Oh, is that Mario? Hey, buddy.
Buenas
Yes.
tardes.
If they don't know you, might want to.
Buenas tardes.
So it looks like Ms. Montoya might not be able to make it here. We can give her maybe one more minute and we'll start. Is that okay, Ms. Castro? One more minute. So Mario, you'll just be doing some translating. It's a very simple agenda today. We're simply asking for some feedback from the parents and anybody in the audience regarding how we can improve our English learner programs for next year. Then I'm going to go over some information, some reports so that the parents can see where things are. And that'll be that. Okay, well, with Ms. Castro's permission, we can go ahead and call today's ELAC meeting to order at 3:06. I'm Dr. Emilio Hangarzadeh. I'll be facilitating the meeting today. Mr. Martinez, if you don't mind introducing yourselves, and, the rest of the team, we'll get started.
My name is Mario Martinez. I'm the FACE liaison.
And of course, you'll have to do it in Espanol for our parents as well at home.
Oh. Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Mario Martínez. Soy en el enlace de FACE aquí en la Escuela Vía.
And then we're going to start basically, and we're going to, if you don't mind, you maybe introduce Ms. Castro as our president, so Ortiz as our secretary.
Tenemos a la señora Castro, es la presidenta.
The agenda for today's meeting is also available online. I'll go ahead and post that in the chat spot for all of our members to take a look at. It's in the chat pod now, and I'll put it in the YouTube space as well, if anybody's interested. Hello, Ms. Hernandez is watching us online. Thank you for joining us today, Ms. Maria Hernandez. The agenda is in the group post. So, Mr. Martinez, everything you hear me say, you just translate it into English and you push it out, almost exactly the way I said it.
La agenda del día de hoy está en el chat box, por si gustan recibirla.
As you can see, today's agenda is actually quite simple. We need to get some feedback from the parents to find out what it is that they would like us to improve, what it is that they would like us to do, if anything, for next year. I wanted to start off first by showing some information to the parents about how our students are doing so far.
La agenda de hoy es muy simple. Nomás queremos revisar cómo hicimos y poder recibir un poco de cuestiones para ustedes para poder mejorar.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm sharing my screen with, of course, the ELAC members, as well as, of course, our members at home. And what you're seeing here on the screen is basically how it is that our English learners have done this year, as far as our language arts program is concerned. So what you're seeing up on the screen is our latest performance broken down by grade level in language arts reading.
Lo que está enseñando el director son los resultados de los exámenes de los lenguajes. Todos están categorizados por grado. Si ven ahí el 6, el 7 y el 8.
Now, what you're noticing is the blue bars or the violet bars are where our students are as far as their observed growth is concerned when it comes to reading.
Si ve ahí los bares azules, son los resultados de cómo han salido los exámenes de los estudiantes.
Those orange diamonds are where the students at that grade level at this point of the year should be at.
Los azules son donde están ahorita y el diamante amarillo es donde deberían de estar.
So as you can see, for example, our 6th grade students are almost right on target with the rest of the country. Our 7th grade students are just below target with the rest of the country, but our 8th grade students, as you can see, are performing much, much lower than the grade level projected growth.
Si notan, nuestros estudiantes del grado 6 están ahí ya mero al diamante amarillo. Los estudiantes del 7 están ya me lo alcanzan, están ahí un poco bajos, pero nuestros estudiantes del 8 sí, sí van muy bajos, requeridos al diamante.
So that's our reading scores. Now I'm going to share our math scores for our English learners.
Esos son los resultados de los exámenes de leer. Y ahora van a enseñar los resultados de las matemáticas.
These are our math scores for this year.
Wow.
Estos son los resultados de las matemáticas de este año.
So, you know, one of the things that Dr. Cicada is very open about, our school principal, is making sure that we're transparent, that everybody sees what's happening. Because if we're not honest about how we are, we will never get better. We will never grow. And so in this case, as you can see, our mathematics students are performing at almost the lowest tier across all 3 grade levels. And as you can see, for our 6th
No,
grade,
muy bajo.
the growth that's required is the most for our 6th graders. So these are just the facts. This is where we are right now.
Como ustedes saben, los directores aquí en VIA tratan de ser muy honestos con los padres para saber dónde estamos y cómo podemos mejorar. No es secreto de nada. Nosotros somos son muy honestos con los padres para que también podamos averiguar cómo podemos mejorar los grados.
So just to make a couple of comments about this is that Dr. Cicada, over the last 5-6 years that she's been here, has been an advocate of improving our literacy, our reading and writing skills.
Y una cosa que también quiere que sepan es que la directora, la doctora Sequeira, ella se esfuerza a poder mejorar la lectura y las matemáticas, todo lo que son las ciencias.
Which is why, even after these 2 years of the pandemic, our students are still doing pretty well when it comes to reading and writing.
Aunque no lo crean, aunque hemos pasado por la pandemia, todavía los resultados son muy altos.
Yeah, that's it. So the question is, what do we think we need to do? What do the parents feel it would be a good way forward to help our English learners with their math skills specifically? If they have any ideas, I mean, they don't have to tell us right now, of course, but we would love to get some feedback or some thoughts or ideas about what it is that they think we can do specifically to help English learners improve their mathematics skills.
La pregunta del director es, queremos saber qué podemos hacer nosotros como una escuela para que los estudiantes que están aprendiendo el lenguaje de inglés puedan mejorar en las matemáticas y en otros sujetos.
So let me tell you a few of the things that we've already done. We have improved and we've completely changed our mathematics curriculum over the last 3 years. We've brought in new up-to-date math curriculum.
Una de las cosas que hemos hecho es cambiamos el currículo de las matemáticas.
Over 2 years ago, before the pandemic, we had hired a mathematics coach specifically to be here at VIA, not to work with the students, but to work with the math teachers to make their mathematical instructions even better.
Hace 2 años, ellos aprobaron un tutor, un maestro, para que pueda venir a la escuela a enseñar a los maestros cómo mejorar las lecciones de las matemáticas en las clases.
We also sent our teachers to professional development training experiences for them to see how they could better teach math specifically to our community of students, people of primarily Latinx descent.
También hemos mandado a los maestros para que a otras clases para que ellos puedan mejorar la habilidad de para poder enseñar a nuestra comunidad de los latinos a aprender matemáticas.
Our math teachers, not all of them, but most of our math teachers provide tutoring after school.
Casi todos los maestros de matemáticas también ofrecen la tutoría después de la escuela.
And we, 3 years ago, purchased an online tutorial program called MobiMax that's specifically designed to help kids with their math skills.
Y también tenemos un programa sobre línea que se llama MobiMax para que los estudiantes puedan entrenar cuando estén en la casa o cuando tengan tiempo.
So what Dr. Cicada has been doing with us here at the school is she wants us to focus more on specifically 7th grade mathematics in general, but specifically 7th grade, because as she has analyzed the information, she has found that it's our 7th graders that are doing the lowest performance, and she would like to emphasize 7th grade math instruction.
Ahorita la estrategia de la directora la doctora Sequeira es enfocarse de las matemáticas del grado 7, porque los resultados enseñan que el 7 son los más bajos y los que necesitan más ayuda para poder mejorar.
So is there any general conversation from Ms. Ortiz or from Ms. Castro or from anybody watching at home about how we might be able to improve the instruction or improve the math program for our English learners?
Está pidiendo que si alguien de los padres puedan compartir ideas sobre cómo podemos mejorar las matemáticas aquí en la escuela. O los estudiantes.
Primero yo quisiera hacer preguntas al subdirector. Y me gustaría, bueno, estoy impresionada por el bajo nivel en lectura en el grado 8 y también estoy sorprendida de los niveles de todos los grados en matemáticas. Entonces, hay muchas preguntas ahorita en mi mente, entonces estoy un poquito confusa.
She's saying that she's surprised about the results that she saw in the 8th grade reading and as well as all the math scores.
Yeah.
So she right now she's surprised and she's just kind of confused.
And you can tell Ms. Castro, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying, but it's not just VIA. I'm telling you, it's like so many schools are going through this right now. And that's why we want to talk to the parents and say, what can we do? Please tell us. Because you know the kids better than we do, right? You know your children better than we do.
Dice que, que no nomás los resultados no nomás son bajos aquí en la escuela VIA, son otras escuelas también, y que por eso estamos teniendo esta junta para poder recibir ideas de cómo podemos ayudar a los estudiantes.
El subdirector comentaba de que han pagado a un tutor para que vaya a dar entrenamiento a los maestros. ¿Cuánto sería, no quiero una cantidad exacta, pero más o menos que pueda dar algo que estimule la cantidad que sea? También podría ser, ¿cuánto podrían pagar a los maestros tiempo extra también para que se queden a dar tutoría a los alumnos? Son 2 preguntas ahí.
¿Cuál fue su primera, por favor? Perdón.
¿Cuánto es el presupuesto o cuánto es el dinero que, porque estaba comentando que hay un tutor o que ha habido un tutor para capacitar a los maestros en matemáticas?
So our first question is how much did we spend on the tutors that came in to help teach the teachers here at VIA?
I mean, as far as money is concerned?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we don't pay the tutors. The tutors are college volunteers, and of course, our own teachers get their salary while they're tutoring. So we don't hire people. They're college folks that are trying to get their college degrees, but they know their math and English better than most people do. So they're pretty good.
She was asking regarding the trainings that the teachers went through.
Oh yeah, those are all free because they happen through our school system. Right, so our math department, our mathematics department is the one that provides the professional development training. So as far as the financial cost, there was nothing. There was time cost though, right? Of course, teachers had to go and they learned about these things and then they come back. Is that what she's asking?
Es lo que estaba preguntando sobre las clases de los maestros. Los maestros no pagan nada para las clases. Es algo que es mandatorio, que lo hacen hacer ellos.
O sea, comentaba el subdirector de que han pagado un tutor. Han pagado un tutor para que capacite a los maestros.
Oh, she's asking regarding the specialist that came in to teach it,
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, yeah, he gets he was a full-time employee, so he was a math teacher here at
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And then we took him out of the classroom, and instead of him teaching 6 periods, he was
Mhm.
working with the teachers during the 6 periods. So we
Mhm.
didn't pay him extra. We just took him out of the classroom so he can do the
Oh.
coaching. But it was a full salary, I mean, it's no joke. It's a serious.
Era un maestro que estaba aquí y que lo sacaron de enseñar a los estudiantes y se enfocó en enseñar a los maestros porque las clases de él iban muy bien, muy altas.
I guess the question for me is really more about what is it that Ms. Castro or Ms. Ortiz or anybody at home thinks is going on as far as their children is concerned.
Mhm.
What is it that they think? Is it that the kids just don't see the point of math? Is it that it doesn't gratify them immediately?
Mhm.
What are the moms and dads seeing when it comes to the kids' math performance at home?
El director también igualmente está sorprendido por los grados que están recibiendo los estudiantes. Entonces él quiere saber qué es lo que está pasando, qué podemos hacer juntos, ustedes en la casa y nosotros aquí en la escuela. ¿Cuál fue la segunda pregunta, Marisela?
Podría ser, bueno, ahí sí sería como sugerencia. Entre sugerencia y pregunta, podría ser que también hay maestros que de su propia voluntad dan tutoría a los alumnos, pero hay otros maestros que no dan su tiempo y ellos van y hacen su trabajo. Entonces, podría ser que a los maestros se les pagara horas extras por dar tutoría a los alumnos. Ahora, traduzca.
Okay. So she is asking about the tutoring, since there is teachers that do it and then others that don't offer tutoring. If there's any like extra duty for the teachers so that they're able to stay after.
Yes, sister, there is. We offer, it's, and it's our teachers, I don't want to make it, half of our teachers, 26 teachers, I think, are doing tutoring. The reason some of the teachers don't do it is not because we're not paying them or we don't want to pay them. They have kids, right? They have to go home. They got to go pick up somebody. It's not that they don't care. It's just that they don't have the time to do it themselves.
Mhm.
Sometimes they will do the tutoring during lunchtime here at school, but that's
Mhm.
also their time to eat food. That's like their lunchtime, so they try the best that they can. I think what I'm hearing Ms. Castro saying is that we need to improve our tutoring system. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's kind of, I'm hearing her asking about the tutors. And so what I think she's saying, and just confirm this for me, Mr. Martinez, is that, if we're doing all this tutoring, if it's not working, then maybe we need to look at why the tutoring isn't working.
Yeah, so she's looking more into more support for the students in the tutoring, maybe like on a one-on-one.
Okay, yeah, and that's difficult. Go ahead.
Eso que está mencionando es muy importante cuando sería, yo sé que es difícil lo que acaba de mencionar porque son muchos estudiantes y hay muchos estudiantes que a veces no tienen la capacidad de absorber pronto la información y tienen que explicarle más detalladamente para que pueda entender. Es muy importante también que se pueda hacer uno a uno la tutoría, pero a veces es un poco complicado. Yo entiendo, pero sería el punto también muy importante de que que los maestros notifiquen a los padres y decirles, tu hijo necesitas enfocarlo más en estos problemas que estamos haciendo por ejemplo, un proyecto, por ejemplo, van a estudiar para un examen. El maestro tiene que notificar también a los padres para que nosotros como padres podamos decirle, tal vez nosotros, estoy hablando un ejemplo de mí, ¿no? Que tal vez yo no pueda resolver el problema con mi hija, tal vez yo no la pueda ayudar, pero sí yo puedo buscar extra para que la puedan ayudar. Aparte pueden decir, va a la escuela y te va a ayudar un poco más la maestra para que puedas obtener ese apoyo completo que necesitas. Entonces, esa es mi opinión y sugerencia que deberíamos de hacer.
She's mentioning about teacher notifications right away. So that, not at like towards the end of the semester, she's saying that we need to be notified, that parents need to be notified right away, so that way we could get the extra resources that the students need in order for them to,
Parents need to be notified. Is that what she said?
No, that the teachers need to notify the parents. So
Teachers
the parents,
need to contact the
yeah.
parents.
So that we could get into pretty much in cahoots of
Work together, right?
get together with.
So, Ms. Castro, has the math teacher called you ever?
Nunca le ha llamado un maestro.
No.
How about Ms. Ortiz? Is anybody Mathematica or any teacher? Has any teacher called?
Ningún maestro.
Yeah?
No, tampoco. No hay nadie llamado.
Han mandado información por correo electrónico, pero esos mensajes que son correo electrónico va para toda la clase.
Okay. She said that she's
Entonces,
asking for more of I guess more a personalized phone call about how her student is doing.
Instead of just a message,
Yeah.
yes.
right? Text message.
Entonces, podría ser una sugerencia y sugiero que también la señora Ortiz opine, ¿no? Porque yo tengo mi manera de pensar muy diferente y qué tal la señora Ortiz tiene otra opción y todos juntos podemos hacer esto para hacer el cambio, para mejorar a nuestros estudiantes.
Yeah, she's saying these are all suggestions, of course. Everybody's student is different. She did mention something about, her student being a different learner than, another student. Everybody learns differently. So that's why she suggests that one-on-one with the teachers so that they could, learn the way that they like to learn.
Yeah, that was the first thing I heard her say, the one-on-one thing. One of the one of the ways we deal with things, because of money, right? We have to, you have to be money oriented too, because it's your tax dollars we're spending. Sometimes we'll do tutoring, but it'll be one teacher for like 7 kids. 1 to 7 doesn't work so good, right? So then we bring it down to 1 to 4. And it works a little bit better, but not good enough. So what I think I hear Ms. Castro saying is 1-to-1. Yes?
Yes.
Because see, I can take that to Dr. Sequeira, right? And I can say, ELAC President Castro, Ms. Ortiz, ELAC is basically saying that we should be able to, if we can get more tutors, so we can have 1 student, 1 teacher. So that it's
es una parte muy fundamental. Yo sé que son demasiados y quiero referirme que a veces los maestros en intermedia a veces tienen 3, 4 clases, ¿no? Y esas clases abarcan de 33, 30 estudiantes. Eso puedo entenderlo perfectamente, que a veces el maestro se satura de tanta información, pero sí es muy importante de que por lo menos si el maestro no tiene a veces toda la capacidad y con todos sus problemas que también tiene, porque es un ser humano, se entiende, pero sí podría haber estudiantes del colegio que vengan a ayudar a hacer tutoría. También ella, yo sé que no lo va a hacer, pero con los más que necesiten, los más estudiantes podría ir y decir, antes de escuela. Por eso es muy importante que también a los maestros se les pague extra, porque están dando su tiempo y hay muchos maestros que no dan su tiempo extra. O sea, ahí tiene que ver como algo de igualdad, equidad, no sé cómo se le puede llamar.
She's mentioning that she understands that the teachers are under a lot of stress, going through the class, 3-4 classes, or on a 1 to like 30 ratio. So she's also suggesting maybe hiring more college students that could come in into the classes and help out the teachers with the tutoring and the math, and also, you know, compensating the teachers so that they are less stressed, so they feel better about the job that they're doing.
Yeah, it's interesting. Just as a side note for Ms. Castro, we've done a lot of research in if we pay more, do we get better performance? And it turns out we get a little bit better performance, and not much more better performance. The money is important, of course, because this is how we make a living. This is how we pay for our families. But there's something else that we need to focus on to get the better performance out of the kids.
Ujú.
Money helps, but it doesn't solve the problem. I promise. We've tried many, many times.
No sé si lo entendió, pero dice que el dinero que han hecho, colectado muchas, ¿cómo se dice? Información sobre si el dinero hace que los maestros trabajen mejor. Y dice que trabajan un poco mejor, pero no mucho. Entonces, por eso están tratando de averiguar otras cosas. Pero sí, las ideas que usted está mencionando son muy,
But I can't hire more tutors.
Ujú.
I can hire more tutors. I mean, not this year, next year, but I can hire more.
Yo sé lo que está diciendo, le entendía al subdirector, pero aquí, y no quiero notificar y no quiero generalizar que son todos los maestros, son varios maestros que a veces no quieren trabajar en equipo. Y eso es claro y fundamental, pero aquí el punto y sería como para iniciar que los maestros tengan esa confianza o tengan no tengo la palabra correcta para poder decir que hablen directamente con el padre. Hay veces que nosotros los padres no hablamos inglés, pero por medio a veces de nuestros hijos o a veces podemos entender lo básico para decir, mira, tu hija está mal en esto y necesita esto, pero que nosotros queremos saber del maestro que realmente el hijo está en bajas calificaciones. Hay muchos estudiantes o muchos niños que no dicen. ¿Por qué? Porque no quieren notificar también a los padres y yo sé que es de nosotros el deber como padres, ¿no? O no sé, sugiero eso, ¿no?
She's suggesting, mentioning that the teachers should have more confidence in being able to talk to the parents about when their student is failing in class, because she understands that it's a hard conversation, but that it needs to be had. It needs to be had on a one-on-one, and they need to be notified as soon as they see that there's a drop in the grades. So definitely notifying them.
Yeah, it's part of the job requirement. The teachers have to reach out to the parents. And so what I'm hearing is that we need to do a better job at that. We need to improve at our teachers reaching out to the parents and letting them know, hey, your student is doing great, or hey, your student needs a little bit of help. I understand. I appreciate it.
Even though there is a language barrier, there's ways that the communication could be.
Of course. Especially now with you on our team, Mr. Martinez.
Yeah.
Help with that. Any thoughts or ideas from Ms. Ortiz about what she thinks we should do, or not to pressure her, but if she has anything she wants to say?
Señora Ortiz.
Sí, aquí estoy. Y yo tengo una pregunta, como ¿cuántos niños son para que están bajos? ¿Son muchos niños o qué es la cantidad?
She's asking about how many students are not
are not doing well.
Para los que están bajos en lectura o en matemáticas.
When it comes to in mathematics, it's almost every one of them. It's about 900 of them when it comes to mathematics.
Que en las matemáticas casi son todos los estudiantes, que son como 900 aquí en la escuela.
Oh. Y no se puede como bajar ciertos niños por 2 o 3 extra maestros para tutoría, que fueran menos cantidad menos en el salón, menos niños para que aprendan mejor.
She's asking about making the classrooms less packed.
Oh, smaller class size?
Smaller classes, yeah, smaller class sizes.
We have the money, we can do that.
That's her suggestion.
Es imposible, pero se puede mejorar así menos niños y se aprenden mejor, ¿no?
Mhm.
But
Just so that way we can focus on
That's right.
our students.
Yeah, more students. Yeah. Just for Ms. Ortiz to know, just like I was telling Ms. Castro about paying more money to the teachers or to the tutors, it does work. It works, right? Like taking a class of 40 and making it 35 makes a big difference. Big difference. But then what happens is, then we say, well, what about 34? What about 33? And then we start to take it lower and lower, and we see that the kids are not getting, they're not improving their scores. So we used to think that the smaller the class size, the better the learning will be. And it turns out that's true only a little bit. Most of the power comes in the teacher, the maestra. The maestra is a good teacher, you can have 100 students and the students will learn. But if the maestra is still learning or picking things up, taking, maybe 2-3 kids out of her classroom will help, but not like taking 10-15 kids out of the classroom. So, but I will take it, Ms. Ortiz. I'll take it to Dr. Cicada. We'll talk about it and see if maybe we can lower the classroom ratio to maybe 1-32, something like that, as opposed to 1-34 or 1-35. Even that might help a little bit. But I'll take it to Dr. Cicada. We can discuss that certainly.
Lo que está diciendo el director es que en el pasado han hecho eso, que les bajan los estudiantes que están en la clase. Entonces, sí mejoran, pero muy poco. Es algo que ellos están tratando de averiguar cómo pueden mejorar mucho, pues. Y si le sacan los estudiantes, no es algo muy bajo. Para él lo más importante es que los maestros sean buen maestros, porque si tienen un buen maestro, ellos pueden enseñar una clase de 100 y todos van a aprender bien si es un buen maestro.
Okay, so unless there's any other feedback about next year's program, we can move on to the next item.
¿No tienen más sugestiones o comentarios?
It's okay. Only if they have something to say. And of course, Señora, you can call me anytime. Call me and tell me. You don't have to say anything now if you don't want to.
Yo sé que en estos tiempos es un poco complicado por la situación que acaba de decir el subdirector, pero sí es muy importante, de verdad quiero que lo tomen muy en serio, que tienen que notificar a los padres, yo sé que hay veces no hay mucho presupuesto, pero por lo menos de todo lo que den o el presupuesto que den, hay que saber, bueno, ese ya sería otro tema porque ya estamos hablando de dinero, pero sí el enfoque principal ahorita sería de que realmente estos números sobre los exámenes suban, ¿no? Entonces, notificar a los padres y estarles dando más información de lo que pasa con nuestros hijos, ¿no? Para que también nosotros como padre podamos apoyar más. Como lo vuelvo a repetir, podemos buscar tutoría extra aparte, pero también que haya en la escuela, ¿no? Y como bien lo dijo el subdirector, habiendo un maestro bueno puede enseñar a 100 alumnos, pero pues desafortunadamente a veces no todos los maestros tienen esa vocación. Entonces muchos maestros van y dan su clase y a veces, lo digo por experiencia que han pasado con mis hijas, entonces hay maestros que a veces no les gusta que les pregunten, hay maestros que dicen, yo ya te expliqué, ve, investígalo. Entonces, a veces como que los alumnos no se motivan, ¿no? Y la parte fundamental, yo no digo que va a ser todo del maestro, porque no va a ser todo del maestro, pero sí tiene que ser ambas partes, parte de los padres, alumnos y maestros, ¿no? Entonces, sí, sería que nos notificaran para poder alzar esos números, ¿no?
Yeah, she said that she's mentioned a lot, but I think she thinks that the most important part is that we're all involved in our kids' learning, being, the principal, teachers, parents. So she wants the teachers to notify parents more, so that they could be more involved. Like if their child is failing and they're not offering, tutoring here, or the tutors here are not working with their students well, that they could find somewhere else where they could, find those resources so that their students could get the proper tutoring, and also so that we could work as a team so that they could succeed.
And I especially keyed in on the comments you made about a more personal message, as opposed to parent square, text message, some call me, talk to me, right? I think Ms. Castro can appreciate is many of our teachers don't speak Espanol, like me, no hablo español, and so people to call. I mean, it's not difficult. It's our job to call. But what we have to do is we have to find the Mario, right, to come and do the translation. But it's no excuse. We still have to do it. Certainly. March 28th is our school site council meeting. And it's our last school site council meeting. And of course, Ms. Castro and Ms. Ortiz, we invite you, if you're interested, to join us at that council meeting, just so that Ms. Castro can give a report to the council members about what we're just talking about right now, right? The English learners, what it is that we should be doing for English learners specifically. Will you be available to join us, Ms. Castro, March 28th?
Yes.
What about Ms. Ortiz? Will you be able to join us or not? Well, I guess we'll find out. Okay. The other question is, so you two you have 2-year elections here. So are you planning on continuing next year with English Learner Advisory Committee?
Me or the both?
Ms. Castro?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so you will remain as the president next year as well. And then Ms. Ortiz, do you know if you're going to stay or if you're going to go? I think she's going to stay. You're staying, huh? Will you ask her, Mario?
Mónica.
¿Sí?
Está preguntando el director que si se va a quedar para el próximo año en esta organización.
Sí me voy a quedar.
Okay, so then
Sí,
we're going to need to do an election to replace Ms. Montoya, right? Because it's supposed to be 3. It's only going to be 2. So what I would like to do with Ms. Castro's permission is to wait until the school year is finished. Once the school year is finished, June 1st, then I'll start an election for the 3rd person to join our ELAC, if that's okay with Ms. Castro. You want to ask her about that?
Dice que lo que está pidiendo es que se pueden esperar al fin del año para poder electar a las personas que van a seguir con ustedes.
Okay. There is no public comment. And so unless there's any final comments that the ladies would like to make, we thank you so much. We appreciate your support this year. And of course, in a couple of weeks, we'll see you at the School Side Council. But thank you so much for your commitment. We have a lot of students on our campus that are learning English still, that are still trying to improve English. And so for you parents to come together to talk about specifically the needs of those kids is going to make a big difference for them. Because traditionally, kids who don't speak English are thought of as second. No more. They're first now. They're first, thanks to the moms and dads that are coming.
El director les quiere agradecer a todos los padres y a todos los que vinieron a esta junta. Para él es muy importante que los estudiantes que están aprendiendo inglés puedan también tener los recursos que necesitan para poder, ¿cómo se dice? Para poder pasar estos grados que estamos pasando en la junior high y para que todos estemos en el mismo equipo. En nuestra próxima junta va a ser el marzo 28, pues si gustan venir. Y es todo, que todos pasen buenas tardes. Y otra vez, gracias por venir.
Ok, nada más clarificando, la junta del 28 de marzo va a ser School Side Council y creo que esta, si no me equivoco, creo que esta es la última junta del año escolar.
Will the School Side Council meeting be the last meeting for the school year?
For this year, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate your time. I appreciate everything. I will be emailing you for next year, of course, and I will see you on the 28th. Thank you, Mr. Martinez. Adios.